Oh gosh, so sorry, so sorry. I don't know what happened. I think I may have pressed a button because I stopped recording and I was continued talking, and then I looked and I'm just like, I don't see the numbers. No! Oh, how long have I been talking for? It really wasn't that long. I think it was maybe only like 20 seconds. I make it seem like it was a lot longer, but it probably wasn't that much. But to finish that last thought that I had, I want to talk more about like some of those higher concepts about that type of stuff, and then eventually maybe looking into like steering myself into endeavors to actually facilitate, I guess, the growth of some of these things in a more tangible sense. Not just talk about stuff like this, actually try to engage with others, with other entities, and try to grow and build different stuff like that. Just a thought. It's just a thought. Because you got to sit there and think, like, what? You know, how am I going to continue to... It's like, you know, how am I going to continue to build this? How am I going to continue to be relevant? Because, I mean, I like doing this. I like doing it. I think that this is what I want to kind of keep on doing. Stuff like this. Stuff like this. Learning about stuff and talking about stuff and educating myself and other individuals. Inspiring a new generation of youth to take up the mantle and engage in the noble efforts of wildlife conservation, clean society building, all that stuff. Man, this one was big. I wouldn't even. I was like. I'm gonna say big, because like one of the first things that came to my head was epic, and I'm just like, let's not get too crazy with that. Speaking of epic, oh my gosh, saw the new Star Wars movie. Fantastic. I know that it's gonna, because I just saw it yesterday. It was opening day. It's Saturday today when I'm filming this, so I saw it yesterday, opening day. And oh, it was so good. It was so good, so good. Nothing like the prequels. Nothing. I don't want to give. I'm not. You know, there's no. I don't do spoilers or anything like that. But yeah, it was fantastic. And I remember thinking, because when the prequels first came out, okay, I was a bit of a younger guy. So you're gonna have to excuse my lack of intelligence. I'm not going to say that the prequels didn't have, like, you know, redeeming elements in and of themselves. I'm not going to say that the prequels didn't have, you know, that they didn't have parts of them that were like, okay, well, that's like fun or enjoyable, or it kind of helps to kind of push elements of the story along. But by and large, it's not that good. But when I was younger, because like I was like a teenager, when like a lot of the prequels like kicked off, when they first started, and I remember when I saw Attack of the Clones, and I was so impressed with like the Cirque du Jedi, like the Cirque du Soleil Jedi maneuverings and all of the CGI and like the really, but I didn't really realize that you know, what was being sacrificed, like, by the storyline and, like, the cheesiness and how, you know, bad some of, like, the decisions were as far as, you know, casting choices and certain things. But I'm not going to delve into that too deeply. But what I'm saying is I didn't see, like, movies and TV and stuff like that with the same eyes that I would, like, the same critical lenses I would apply on similar type stuff. So I remember I watched Attack of the Clones, and, like, I wanted to watch it with my dad because I went and saw it in the theater, and I wanted to, like, I remember I rented. It was like when it came out on DVD. Wanted to rent it, and I wanted to watch it with my dad. And I told my dad, I'm like, "This is the best Star Wars so far. I think it's the best one." I did. I told him that. "I think this is the best Star Wars so far. I think that you're going to be pretty pleasantly surprised by how good this Star Wars is." And my dad is not a big Star Wars guy, but, like, he saw the first three, you know, and he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, we'll watch it." And it was about the time when Anakin and Padme are rolling around in the field, and they're like, "Oh, we're having such a wonderful time on Naboo," whatever. And my dad just looks at me, and, like, he must have just been so disappointed. Just thought his son was just a complete, just dumbass. And he was just like, "This is the worst Star Wars movie ever. Like, you said it's the best, it is the worst." I remember that. I remember thinking just like, he doesn't know. He doesn't get it. Because we're all, you know, we're all douchebags when we're teenagers. Just we think we know things, and we think that we're so, like, insightful and smart about stuff, you know, and then we think all the old people are just dumb, that they just don't see things with the same eyes, man, that I must be, like, really super duper special. I must be so much more specialer. I honestly must be, like, I must have been thankfully bestowed with greater powers of deduction and perception, better than my father's. But then, like, you get older, and some of your chemicals balance out, and your brain finally stops developing, and you've got a few years of experiences under your belt, and you start to understand, like, who it is you are and what it is you really like, and you actually have a sense of identity. You're not just looking for one. And then you watch a movie like that again, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I totally understand what my dad was saying. I totally get it. Oh, God, I was a douche." I was such a douche. Sydney! Oh, man. This webcast is so long. It's the longest one ever. But I never once said, I'm going to try to keep this one short. Did I? Yeah, didn't. All right. That's enough, because this is crazy. This is crazy. This one's like almost an hour long. An hour long. Are you, what? Really? Oh, man. So, I'll talk to you folks later. Bye-bye. Take care. Ooh, look at the new end card. So sleek and professional.